Hello everybody, and welcome to Ancient Architects. Please subscribe now to get the latest ancient history news and independent research from around the world. Just over 10 years ago, researchers in Mexico discovered an enormous pyramid of the Maya civilization, Tonina, located in western Chiapas. The pyramid had been concealed under what was long believed to be a natural hill for around 1,700 years, and it turned out to be the largest pyramid in Mexico, even taller than the incredible Teotihuacan Pyramid of the Sun. It is a 7-tiered platform and stands at 246 feet in height, an acropolis that covers 6 hectares as it rises high above the plaza below. The entire urban nucleus covers a massive 12 hectares, and its full extent is still unknown. Literally hundreds of structures still remain buried beyond the main acropolis. According to AncientOrigins.net, Tonina was an aggressive state that used warfare to develop a powerful kingdom that rivaled the enigmatic site of Palenque. Tonina became the most dominant city in the west of the Maya region. It was most powerful between 600 and 800 AD, and was known historically as either Po or Popo, which means white in Mayan. This implies that the magnificent structure was once finished in bright white limestone plaster, being a beacon of Tonina's power. For centuries the pyramid was covered in vegetation, and until excavations began, it had been mistaken for a large natural hill. On removing the earth and vegetation, it was clear that this was no natural structure, and 3-dimensional scans revealed one of the largest man-made structures in Mesoamerica. It was far bigger than the experts expected, and they also discovered that it was connected to other pyramid sites by hilltop roads. The Teotihuacan Pyramid rises to a height of 213 feet, meaning the Pyramid of Tonina is 33 feet taller. It was a unique structure in that it comprises several platforms and had specific spaces for palaces and temples, as well as units that were residential and also administrative. It was a single structure with various specific functions for the city's social, political, economic and religious structure, which is not seen in any other archaeological zone of the Maya world. Throughout the history of this once great Maya city-state, Tonina tussled with the powerful might of Calakmul and Palenque, which shows that it was a central player in the political landscape of the Maya lands. It is known that Tonina actually defeated Palenque on one occasion, and some investigations suggest that 2 Pacal children were taken prisoner. At the end of 2009, a stone sarcophagus was discovered that dated back to 840 to 900 AD. It contained human remains and ceramic objects, and at the time of discovery, experts said that this discovery was comparable to that of the Red Queen of Palenque. Also, at the same time, a wall was found that was covered in glyphic text and included the name of one of the city's ancient rulers, whose name is shown on screen. Researchers also found a sculpture of this king. Many monuments of Tonina are carved with glyphic text, and it is from these records that we know the accessions, births and deaths of its rulers and nobility. But there are also dozens of carved monuments that feature bound captives, and they record the city's main conquests. The city is also famed for having the last carved inscription that uses the Maya long count, and it's found on the city's monument 106. It records the date of January the 15th, 909 AD. Possibly the most amazing find was on the 5th tier of the Pyramid Acropolis, and it is known as the Frieze of the Dream Lords. It is one of the largest and most complex Maya stucco friezes ever discovered, and it was only found in 1992, when the pyramid was still just thought to be a hill. Large sections are missing, so it is hard to determine exactly what its purpose and message was, and it is a mystery that is still waiting to be solved. But in truth, the entire Acropolis is somewhat of an enigma. As stated on uncoveredhistory.com, encoded into the pyramid's design are 13 temples, which equal the number of day numbers in the sacred calendar round. Add these temples to the 7 tiers that these temples rest on, and you have the number 20, which is the number of day names in the calendar. The 13-day numbers and 20-day names are what cycle together to produce the 260 unique day names of the sacred round. Amazingly, there are 260 steps that climb the acropolis from the plaza below to the most holy sanctuary on top. And this encoded knowledge is just the tip of the iceberg. Its height is 91 Teotihuacan units, which is 7 times 13, or the 7 tiers times the 13 temples. There are even more cryptic messages in the Palace of the Grecas, which spans the 3rd and 4th tiers of this giant pyramid. There are enormous stepped fret motifs that span the entire height of the 3rd terrace's retaining wall, which supports the 4th level above. It is called the Palace of the Grecas due to the similarities to the patterns used in ancient Greek textiles and buildings. Many experts have given their interpretation as to what the pattern means, and most think that it is meant to be read in multiple directions and therefore gives multiple meanings. Some say that the fact that the motif has 7 steps, rising diagonally, is a representation of the Tonina pyramid acropolis itself, and 2 square spiral motifs are thought to represent a bifurcated snake tongue. Combine these 2 interpretations, and it could therefore mean that Tonina is the place of the serpent god who is known as Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan. But in truth, the pattern is far more complex than this somewhat simplistic explanation and may actually hold a deeper meaning concerning life and death and light and dark. The pyramid's first level is known as the Palace of the Underworld and contains an eerie labyrinth that is little understood. On the 6th level is the Temple of the Earth Monster that was built in the 8th century. It contains a sculpted altar known as Structure E5-5. It is in a poor state of disrepair, but the so-called Earth Monster has a gaping mouth, 2 pairs of curling fangs, and small piercing eyes that look up. Inside its mouth is a mysterious sphere, which may represent an egg, water, or the earth. The Earth Monster is a strange creature that is found on a number of examples of Maya monumental art, but even today it isn't well understood. There is so much more to see on this pyramid, including the frieze of the bird dancers on the 5th terrace, which shows 2 figures standing in a mirror image of one another, and both are dressed in extravagant feathered outfits. In the plaza below, there is a sunken ball court, a sacrificial altar, and something known as the Temple of the Cosmic War. All of them are thought to have been linked, playing a central role in ceremonial activities and festivities, such as a ritual ball game that culminated in the city's captives losing their heads. So, that is a brief overview of the ancient city of Tonina, and, as you can see, it really is a truly incredible place that is shrouded in mystery, and one you should certainly visit when in Mexico. To end this video, I'll show you some more photographs from Tonina, and if you see anything of interest, please comment below. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Ancient Architects. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel, please like the video, and please leave a comment below. Thank you very much.